Hey there, Lammies! Welcome to our first Bug of the Day video. You guys want to dance for this one too? Because bugs are really cool. I think so. I don't know what you guys think, but I think bugs are cool. All right. Last week we talked all about dinosaurs, and it was a lot of fun. But now we're going to shift gears into talking about insects. Insects are really cool because they come in all sorts of different shapes, sizes, colors. Some can fly, some can't. Some go into a chrysalis like the butterfly, some don't. So we're gonna learn all about the different types of insects this week. All right, are you ready for our first insect of the day? All right, let's get a drum roll. Ready? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Today's insect of the day is the ladybug. I thought I'd pick something you guys are already pretty familiar with. I think we all know a lot about ladybugs. They're really pretty. They have a hard red shell with polka dots, and they're super cute, and for the most part, they're pretty friendly. Let's see what there is to learn about them. Small, brightly colored beetles, ladybugs are often found hanging out on green leaves. There are 150 different species or different kinds of ladybugs in the US alone. So ladybugs are really good for plants because they get rid of pest bugs that hurt plants. So the ladybug's job is to go around and eat other insects and bugs that might harm a plant. That's why if you go to like the nursery, the garden nursery store, you can actually buy a big bucket of ladybugs to release in your garden because they'll help your plants stay healthy and they'll protect them from other bugs. All right, so here's that word on our list, habitat. Where do ladybugs live and what kind of surroundings do they like to have? Let's find out. So ladybugs are actually found all over the world. They don't really hang out in tropical areas. They're very rarely found there. So they really just like to hang out in any kind of a garden or maybe in the grass, anywhere with weeds sometimes. They really just kind of like those kinds of areas where there's vegetation, not that they're eating it, but their prey likes to eat that vegetation. So you might find them in your own backyard or in a garden, or I actually found a ladybug in my Christmas tree one year, which was actually really fun. We just let it live there. It stayed there for a long time. It was super cool. So ladybugs can kind of live almost anywhere. They just don't really like super cold, so like the Arctic or more tropical areas, if that makes sense. A fun fact about the ladybug's habitat is there was a type of ladybug from Australia that they brought to California, and the ladybug actually saved the citrus crops of California from the cushion scale bug. So how cool is that? Ladybugs have a purpose and they help save plants. That's really cool. So what does a ladybug eat exactly, and how does he get his food? Let's find out. Ladybugs like to eat what are called aphids. That's their main source of food, is the aphid. Sometimes they'll eat like little mite type bugs and other stuff, but mostly they're going after aphids. Aphids are really teeny tiny. It would be very hard to see them for us. Obviously they're gonna be bigger to a ladybug, but they're in our backyards, they're in our gardens, and they're not very good. They eat off the plants and kind of make stuff die, so the ladybug eats those bugs to protect the plants. So if the ladybugs don't like the cold, what do they do in the winter? Ladybugs actually hibernate in the winter. Some ladybugs will just hibernate out in the open, but other ones will actually go hide in like kind of pokier trees, kind of like a pine tree or maybe beneath some plants, and that's where they'll sleep for the winter. Let's talk about the ladybug's life cycle. You're gonna hear the word life cycle a lot this week talking about insects. Insects have really interesting kinds of life cycles. Let's see what the ladybug's is like. The mommy ladybug will lay a cluster of eggs. Depending on what type of ladybug, sometimes there's only 3 eggs, but sometimes there's up to 300 eggs. It just depends on which ladybug is laying them. When they're born, they're called a larva, and they hatch out of their eggs, and they have to eat a lot, much more than they will when they're a grown-up. This will help them grow in the ways that they need to reach adulthood or to become a grown ladybug. So how this works is the baby ladybug or the larva will eat and eat and eat until it's, had its fill of food, right? And then it'll stop. It'll kind of just stay in one place, and what it'll start to do is actually shedding its skin. And the baby ladybug will shed its skin again and again and again until eventually it looks like a ladybug. It's actually really interesting, and parents, I will have a video about this linked in the description of this video. The ladybug has 2 pairs of wings. She has her shell kind of wings. Those actually cover and protect her actual flying wings. So she's got 2 sets of wings. The ladybug can live up to a year long, which may seem short to us, but for bugs, that's actually a fairly decent life. How cool is that? All right, Lammies, wasn't that so much fun learning about the ladybug? I really enjoyed learning that a ladybug protects the world by eating pesky bugs that hurt plants. I also enjoyed learning that our ladybug friend has 2 sets of wings. One set of wing covers, that would be the red and black kind of backing she has, those are to protect her wings, and then she has her flying wings. I also really liked learning that I also liked learning that compared to other bugs, ladybugs live a pretty long life. How cool is that? All right, Lammies, if you would like, you can share 3 things you learned about our friend the ladybug on the Lambs Class email or on the Lambs Class Facebook page, whichever you would like. Tomorrow I have another really fun bug for you. I'll give you a little hint for this one. He's sometimes a little stinky. I wonder what he could be. We'll find out tomorrow. All right, Lammies, I'll see you then. Bye.